Hi, everybody. My name is Rafa Lombardino, and this is Translation Confessional. Vanity. The time has come for the third episode focusing on Italian here at Translation Confessional Music Edition. The song I'll be translating today is called Vanità, which means vanity, and it's by the Niro, like the actor Robert De Niro, but with a the instead of a the. This artist's real name is Davide Combusti, and he's a very prolific, well-rounded musician from Rome who has been active in the music scene for almost 20 years now. I actually only heard about the Niro because of an Italian show I was subtitling. The show is called Italian Beauty, and it talks about Italian history, gastronomy, society, and culture. They had a segment focused on his work, which is very English-centric considering the time he spent in London. Davide says he finds English more rhythmic than Italian, and always found it easier to write songs in his second language. I beg to differ because I find Italian way more melodic, and rhyming is definitely less complicated in Romance languages. But what do I know? He's the musician, right? And he plays most of the instruments featuring his album too. The one main thing I remember from subtitling the Italian Beauty segment a few years ago is that he says he listens to the music he's working on in his car over and over again, which drives his family and friends crazy. But that's the way he's able to work things out and get to the final version that makes it to the album. I can definitely relate to that because I do listen to songs over and over again to memorize the lyrics and learn new words. That's the basis for my entire language learning experience. Still, after 3 albums fully in English, in 2014, The Niro released an album called 1969, which is entirely in Italian. And that's how the song Vanità stood out to me, and I decided to translate it. It's clearly about the digital age, more specifically social media, because it talks about people being too vain, worrying about appearances, lacking humility, and losing themselves their own truth along the way. And while De Niro criticizes the social media universe in his song, he also addresses the fact that it can become addicting, especially when people get caught up competing with one another and try to stay one step ahead. As he says in one of his verses, it isn't simple to stop and get out of the way. Are you ready to play? Go to Spotify and open this exact same track. You can, number 1, use the link shown on screen. 2, type the name of the song on the Spotify search bar to find the exact same track. Or you can scan the Spotify wave underneath the album cover. Just make sure the track you're selecting matches the album cover I'm showing here. Live versions and remixes won't quite work. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to, so you have time to set everything up. Then come back here to begin this experience. That's okay, I'll wait. I'm glad you're back. Let's go through a 5-second countdown, and then you can hit play on Spotify as soon as you get to the black screen, right before the sound waves and lyrics show up. In just a few seconds, you'll be able to sit back and relax as the music is playing, and I'll be reading the lyrics in English to you. If, for some reason, the music plus narration is too much, you can mute me here on YouTube, but continue to play the song on Spotify and follow the subtitles in English to understand what the song is about. Are you ready to play the song? The countdown starts now. I pay close attention to changes in eras and aesthetics. Everything I hear is a mantra that reveals the obvious to me. It's all vanity. Always vanity. I go out into my world. Sometimes I get lost. So much vanity. Little content. And the looks are too curated for all ages. Overwhelmed by humanity. While yearning for humility. It isn't easy to keep going this way. It isn't simple to stay a step ahead this way. It isn't easy to keep going with eyes closed. It isn't simple to stop and get out of the way. I have a strange mirror that no longer reflects my truth. The one watching me, motionless, is a hypocritical stranger. It's all vanity. Always vanity. It isn't easy to keep going this way. It isn't simple to stay a step ahead this way. It isn't easy to keep going with eyes closed. It isn't simple to stop and get out of the way. It isn't easy to keep going this way. It isn't simple to stay a step ahead this way. It isn't easy to keep going with eyes closed. It isn't simple to stop and get out of the way. It isn't simple to stop and get out of the way. Send me an email at rlombardino@wordawareness.com or leave a voice message on my Anchor page. If I get enough feedback and voice messages, I can go back to the subject and post a special podcast episode with everyone's opinion on this very same theme. By the way, my Anchor page is anchor.fm/translation-confessional. I look forward to hearing from you. Stay tuned for weekly episodes and subscribe to Translation Confessional through your favorite podcast app.